show, one person refreshingly free from the PC virus threatening to infect our country with civility is seven-term Iowa Congressman Steve King, who displayed his immunity 3 years ago when he shared his thoughts about Mexicans and fruit.
For everyone who's a valedictorian, there's another 100 out there that they weigh 130 pounds and they've got calves the size of cantaloupes because they're hauling 75 pounds of marijuana across the desert.
Just a reminder that Donald Trump didn't bring the racist potato salad to the GOP's church picnic. I mean, he did, but they were like, oh man, we already have so much potato salad. Have you tried Steve's? It's extra bland.
This whole white people business, though, does get a little tired, Charlie. I mean, I'd ask you to go back through history and figure out where are these contributions that have been made by these other categories of people that you're talking about? Where did any other subgroup of people contribute more to civilization than white people?
Again, that man has been elected 7 times and counting. That is white people's contribution to civilization. Way to go, we rule! The Republican Party has gotten to a place so surreal that the Washington Post actually felt the need to publish the words, "For the record, there have been a great number of non-white contributions to human civilization." That shouldn't have to be written in a newspaper if for no other reason than that writing was invented in Iraq. But according to Republican delegates, the racial divisiveness isn't coming from people like Donald Trump or Steve King or the people who cheered the acquittal of the officer involved in Freddie Gray's death.
There is some good news out of Baltimore, Maryland, as Lieutenant Brian Rice was acquitted on all charges.
Feel the healing. See, everything would be fine were it not for one activist group hell-bent on dividing us. The Sam Squad has more.
You know, this Black Lives Matter movement, I just don't think it's helpful to the country.
I believe that any group that distinguishes people by their race is by definition a racist group.
We need to stop labeling everybody black lives, cop lives.
How many times have you been pulled over by a cop?
I feel like they use Black Lives Matter almost as a chant to taunt.
Is there any way for black people to say they matter, they're awesome, they love themselves, that wouldn't upset white people?
You know, I don't think that white people go around and say that I love white people. I mean, it's okay to be proud of your heritage. I mean,
if you want to say that right now, I would be in support of that. If you wanted to yell, I love white people, this is the place.
But there was one thing they were willing to yell.
Can you say Black Lives Matter?
All lives matter.
All lives matter.
All lives matter.
Could you say just Black Lives Matter, end of sentence?
All lives matter.
Oh, so close.
All lives matter.
Yeah.
The people in Nice, France.
Absolutely.
Their lives matter. I mean, all lives matter.
And Black Lives Matter.
Absolutely, all lives matter.
Do Black Lives matter?
All lives matter.
I totally knew that. Yeah. This is the weirdest thing. Just pick a number between 1 and 10. 7.
There's just one problem with putting white people in charge of the conversation about race.
What do you think Black Lives Matter wants? What are they asking for?
I wouldn't have a clue.
It seems most white people know fuck all about the movement they're so upset about.
Do you think Black Lives Matter wants to not have law enforcement?
I don't know what their purpose is.
I don't know what they're saying. I just know there's a lot of anger there.
They need to make sure they're upfront and outright discrediting and condemn the violence.
So they've done that. What's next?
You know, I think they got to change the name.
Well, I don't think they're saying only Black Lives Matter.
I do. I 100%.
Because Black Lives Matter is an evil organization.
It's bordering on domestic terrorism, in my view.
It has no more place in our body politic than the KKK or the skinheads.
I was a prosecutor who brought cases before a grand jury for police action shootings.
Okay, so he knows police sometimes shoot the wrong guy.
Your chances of being shot by the police are non-existent if you respect authority, if you don't pull a gun on them, if you don't run away from them, if you cooperate with the law enforcement, put your hands on the steering wheel, play along with what they ask you to do.
Non-existent?
Absolutely.
As long as I got my hands up, they're not going to shoot me. This is what I'm thinking. they're not going to shoot me. Wow, was I wrong?
To be fair, that Florida cop was aiming for the unarmed autistic man, not the unarmed black man.
Probably not going to change my mind on the opinion, on the topic, right?
So learning more information wouldn't change your mind?
No, not on this topic, no.
So there's nothing Black Lives Matter could do to make you want to know more about them?
No.
But the good news is, aside from this state Senate candidate with cotton in his ears, most people we talked to did want to understand. At least when faced with an actual black person, forcing them to think critically about what they were about to say.
Do you think it's possible that sometimes black people get more scrutiny from police than other people?
Absolutely. It's certainly possible.
I support the police 100%, but when people have real grievances, I also support that, getting to the root of the matter.
As a white person, I always feel like no matter what I say, it's going to be offensive. And I don't want to be that way. I want to be able to reach out to you, because again, I'm in this little white skin, and so I've never had to totally relate to that. I want to.
I don't know whether to say African American or black, and I get nervous because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Anyway, that's just one example, of learning how to communicate better.
You want a trick?
Yes.
You could ask the person.
There you go. Thank you.
What would you prefer to be called?
What would you prefer to be called?
I prefer to be called black. Would you say Black Lives Matter?
Yes, of course Black Lives Matter, but not in the sense of am I a supporter of that movement? I don't know enough about it.
So you would say Black Lives Matter pending research.
Yeah.
Bad news, Donald Trump. White conservatives are creeping ever closer to getting woke for something other than brunch.
We'll be right back.